Ever plan, dream of visiting or living Canada? Sounds costly, but before deciding, here are 70 facts about Canada won't cost you to know. Number 1. Type of government. Canadian government is federal parliamentary and constitutional monarchy. Its prime minister is Justin Trudeau and the monarch is Queen Elizabeth II. Number 2. Total area. Canada is the second largest country in the world next to Russia. Its total area is 9.98 million square kilometers. Number 3. Capital. Canada's capital is Ottawa. Number 4. Language. Canada's language or mother tongues are English and French. 86.2% of people in Canada have working knowledge of English and 29.8% have working knowledge of French. Number 5. Flag. Canada's flag consists of a red field with a white square at its center, an 11-pointed maple leaf, most widely recognized as Canada's national symbol. Number 6. National tree. Maple tree is the national tree of Canada. There are 10 species of maple tree that can be found in Canada. One of it is the sugar maple, notably known for maple syrup production. Number 7. Currency. Canada's currency is the Canadian dollar with a code CAD. Number 8. National fruit. Blueberry is the national fruit of Canada. Number 9. National sport. Canada's national sports are ice hockey as winter sport and lacrosse as summer sport. Number 10. National animal. The national animals of Canada are beaver since 1975 and Canadian horse since 2002. Number 11. Population. People identified within the country Canada are known as Canadians or French Canadians. As of the first quarter of 2020, population of Canada is over 37 million, 72.9% of which are European, 17.7% are Asian. The rest are Indigenous, Black African, Latin American, and Oceanian. Number 12. Indigenous Canadians. There are over 1.6 million Indigenous people in Canada. They are the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis. They are the original inhabitants of Canada. Number 13. Provinces. Canada have 10 provinces, namely Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Prince Edward Island, Quebec, and Saskatchewan. Number 14. Weather. Canada have 4 seasons. Spring from March to May, summer from June to August or September, fall from September to November, and winter from December to February. Number 15. National holidays. Canada's national holidays are New Year, Good Friday, Victoria Day, Canada Day, Civic Holiday, Labor Day, Thanksgiving Day, Remembrance Day, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. Number 16. Education. Canada's education is divided into primary, secondary, and post-secondary education. System type is provincially controlled and the budget is 6% of Canada's gross domestic product. School year usually runs from the first week of September until end of June for a total of 10 months. Number 17. Festivities. Canada have a number of world-class festivities, 3 of which are Montreal Fireworks Festival, the biggest fireworks festival in the world that happened every summer. Calgary Stampede, billed as the greatest outdoor show on earth that happened every July. And Folklorama Winnipeg, Manitoba boasts the longest-running and largest multicultural festival of its kind in the world every first 2 weeks of August. Number 18. Judiciary. Federal, provincial, and territorial governments are all responsible for the judicial system in Canada. The federal government created Supreme Court of Canada, the Federal Court, and the Federal Court of Appeal, as well as the Tax Court. Number 19. Military and Police Force. The Canadian Forces Military Police, or CFMP, provides police, security, and operational support services to Canadian Armed Forces and Department of National Defense worldwide. Formed in 1917, today they have 2,230 employees. Number 20. International Airport. There are 17 airports designated as international by Transport Canada. Toronto Pearson is the largest and busiest airport of Canada. Number 21. Airline. Air Canada is the flag carrier and the largest airline of Canada by fleet size and passengers carried, with over 200 destinations. Number 22. Land transportation. Canada have over 1 million kilometers of roads, 17 kilometers of expressways, and as of 2007 have over 72 kilometers of freight and passenger railway, of which 3 kilometers is electrified. Canada have road links with both the lower 48 US states and Alaska, and by international standards, Canada's road safety is moderately good. Number 23. Sea transport. In 2005, over 139 million tons of cargo was loaded and unloaded at Canadian ports. Port of Vancouver is the busiest port in Canada, moved 68 million tons or 15% of Canada's total in domestic and international shipping. Canada has a passenger ferry service, automobile ferry service, and train ferry service. Number 24. Public transit. Most Canadian cities have public transport, if not bus system. 3 Canadian cities have rapid transit systems, 4 have light rail systems, and 3 have commuter rail systems. Government organizations across Canada owned over 17,000 buses of various types in 2016. Canada have diesel, biodiesel, hybrid, electric, and natural gas buses. Number 25. Source of income. Canada is the 10th largest economy in the world with 1.73 trillion of gross domestic product. There are 4 industries bringing a good portion of Canada's revenue, namely oil and gas, energy, manufacturing, and tourism. Number 26. Oil industry. Canada has the 3rd largest oil patch in the world. Oil is found throughout Canada. Largest onshore reserves are in British Columbia, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. Canada exports 3.7 million barrels of crude oil, with most exports go to the US. Number 27. Energy industry. Canada has huge coal deposits in the western provinces of British Columbia, Alberta, and Saskatchewan exported to Asian countries. The province of Quebec has uranium, while Alberta, Quebec, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island are home to many wind farms. Number 28. Manufacturing. The central province of Ontario has been building cars for General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler. Quebec is home to Bombardier, a company that designs and builds snowmobiles, buses, aircrafts, and trains sold internationally. Number 29. Tourism. Canada has a very diverse geography, history, and culture, making it a prime tourist destination. Canada hosted 3 Olympic Games and have 20 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Visitors can see the Northern Lights, explore the polar ice fields, mountains, dinosaur parks, museums, and Niagara Falls. Visitors each year is about 31.3 million, bringing 90 billion annual revenue, with $34 billion increase to Canada's gross domestic product. Number 30. Healthcare. Canada's healthcare is delivered through the provincial and territorial systems of publicly funded healthcare, informally called Medicare. Canadian Medicare provides coverage for approximately 70% of Canadians' healthcare needs. A 2016 report shows that 88% of Canadians had good or very good health. Number 31. Food Bank. There are 700 food banks and 3,000 food programs available in Canada. Food banks are non-profit voluntary operations where individual people and marketers can donate food for others in need who can then come and get basic foodstuffs for free. The most typical users of food banks are single men, lone mothers with children, and single women. Number 32. Employment. In 2011, the most common jobs overall in Canada were retail salespersons, retail and wholesale managers, administrative assistants, food counter attendants, kitchen helpers, and cashiers. Number 33. Cannabis. Cannabis in Canada is legal for both recreational and medicinal purposes. The Federal Cannabis Act came into effect on October 17, 2018, made Canada the second country in the world to formally legalize the cultivation, possession, acquisition, and consumption of cannabis and its byproducts. Number 34. Safety. Canada is ranked as one of the most safest places globally. Number 35. Science and Technology. Canada spent approximately $34.5 billion on domestic research and development. Canada was ranked 4th worldwide for scientific research quality in 2012 survey of international scientists. Canada has one of the highest levels of internet access in the world with 33 million users. Notable scientific development in Canada include the creation of alkaline battery and polio vaccine.